So now that we've taken those first two cities from the Japanese, which is a really important part of my naval strategy, they have offered me a peace term that is so desperate that actually, look, they're actually offering their cities to me. So I'm going to have a play around with this, but I reckon we can steal at least 3 or 4 cities from Japan if we play this well. So let's have a see what we can do. So here we go. By getting rid of the luxuries and whatever, what I've been able to do is take 167 gold and 9 gold per turn, which you think, okay, maybe that's not so good. But what I've also done is got both of their relics from them, which I don't have many of, and I've also got them to siege the 2 cities I've taken, and also give me Nagoya, Okayama, and then Sendai, which are the only other 3 cities they have. So basically, I'm taking every single city the Japanese have except their capital. Now, I've had it told to me before that going to peace with people in the middle of wars is a little bit boring to watch, but you must appreciate this deal. It gives me every single Japanese city on their continent, and that means that I have a striking base and a production base on the other continent that's going to be just indispensable, like fantastic. So I will take this deal and just watch what that does for me. Look, I've got steam, so now my embarked units can actually move. Woohoo! So here they are, the 3 new cities of my empire, and they are actually pretty damn good. We've got the Great Lighthouse, we've got Colossus. I'm not entirely sure what either of those things do, but my goodness, we've got 2 wonders out of that deal. We've also got a bunch of extra lavras and encampments, like 2 encampments on the continent here. That's amazing. That means we can basically build what we want in the middle of this continent and then strike out. I mean, this is such a good footing. We are still technically at war with Norway, so I think finding where Norway's cities are will be important. It looks like it's going to be up here somewhere, but that's great. Like, we can do with our troops what we want. It's such a good deal. We've also got a couple more slots for great works of art, I think. So here we go. We've got our extra religious bits and pieces. Yeah, here we go. Look, 2 amphitheatres for spare. They built an archaeological museum, which is a little bit of a pain. I would have preferred a regular museum, but still, it's all fantastic. So now that I'm up towards the modern era of technology, I can start to think about really good techs, such as battleships and artillery to help me destroy things with steel. That would be brilliant. And then actually we can go towards tanks. Tanks and artillery, we won't need much more. That'll be fantastic. Oh look, Norway are offering me 1 gold per turn for peace. Nope. Right, we can have a little look at our wildcard policies now, because I don't think we need press gangs anymore. We've got so many ships. It's just, that's fine. Like, I honestly think that's going to be absolutely fine. We could get more science. We've got 170 science coming in per turn, which is pretty damn good. 100% science from campus buildings would help speed us towards getting the science to sort of, you know, do anything we want to. Grand Army is a pretty good one. I like Grand Army. It lets me build troops fairly quickly. I don't think there's one at the moment for support troops, which is a little bit unfortunate, but never mind. So I think that's absolutely fine. There used to be one for killing weak units, sort of like a conquest one, but I can't see that one. So we'll be all right for now. Liberalism though, I mean, it's great. Having the extra sort of amenities is fantastic, but I might go for something like 3 market, just to give myself a little bit of extra gold per turn. 80 gold per turn is good, but I like the idea of having a little bit more. Oh, I've just spotted the Colosseum. I think I know where Japan's capital is. Ha 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 ha. So urbanization is incredibly handy. That'll let me get a lot more housing in my biggest cities, just to sort of really push those ones forward. But I kind of almost want to be going towards these brilliant looking extra sort of governments. Fascism would be quite useful. Gives me 4 combat strength for all combat units, which is pretty damn good. Mobilization gives me a couple of good ones. Levy en masse helps my gold. Opera and ballet, that's for Bolshoi theatre, but I don't particularly need that. Natural history would be pretty good, because that would give me archaeologists, and I can actually start filling those up with cultural bits and pieces. So maybe I should do that, actually. That's probably a good idea. Look, I got the Mausoleum of Hurricanus, because it literally took like 2 turns to do, or like 5 turns, but still. I kind of thought, brilliant. And we're getting most of the points towards most of the great people now. I mean, we're starting to roll away with the game. Not merchants though, weirdly not merchants. Definitely musicians. art. I mean, look, I'm the last person to have got an artist, and I'm already getting 30 points per turn towards it. 32 writer points. Russians, just, you can't beat them at the big cultural game if you put down a couple of Lavras. They are really, really good. I've also got 2 spare amphitheatres. Now, to my knowledge, I don't have any writers kicking around, but if I've missed one, then, you know, whoops. Bloody Japanese settler. So here's Canberra, Australia's capital, but they also have Melbourne just on the coast, and actually taking that would be pretty cool, because I could use my troops to sort of push towards Grandera, take that, get Melbourne, and start to choke Canberra in from both sides. So this is actually something, and they've also denounced me, so I can declare a formal war on them without too much issue. You know what? This is going to be a problem, because they actually get, I think it's like double, what do they call it? Double production when you declare war on them, but that's fine. Colonial war we don't get, formal war, that's fine. Australia, I'm very sorry. I don't want to listen to you talk. Why are you talking? Cool hat there. I love his hat. Curtin, what a great hat. I'm just chasing down his great admiral here. Oh, pop. Oh, he's gone to Melbourne. You're safe for now, but not for long. Let's see how the frigate fleet does against Melbourne's walls. 72 against 48. You know what? Bang. I think I'm going to be alright in this war. I just get a sneaking suspicion that my frigates are just going to decimate Melbourne. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. Crazy powerful. So there's a double district encampment defence coming up from this way, which is the way we're going to be attacking Australia. So we've just got to be a little bit careful of that. I think, even though I've only got a couple of units here, I've got more units sort of on the way. I don't think I'm going to need too much strength here. It's just more of a, can we make sure that the encampments get knocked down situation than it's going to be anything else. So just got to be a little bit careful with how we push our troops forward here. I think, though, yeah, the wall damage is going to be fine. That's going to be pretty easy to destroy. It's going to be just more of a, can we keep our great general in a place that's going to be useful. Right, start shooting at the walls. It's going to take a couple of turns, but as long as we're fighting in our territory, this is a war that we can take as long as we want. We're basically just drawing the Australian army south and to the sort of this way to keep Canberra nice and free. Especially because we're about to upgrade to artillery, and we're going to laugh at that point. Just because we've got minus amenities in a lot of our cities as well. Do you remember Rio de Janeiro was building its entertainment complex to get the arena? I'm just going to keep pushing that one. Eventually, I think we are actually going towards zoos here. Yeah, so we'll save our gold for unit upgrades, but also for zoos. I'm going to be so happy once I've got a zoo. It's going to be great. I like it when an encampment decides not to shoot the siege weaponry, but does shoot the field cannons. Like, why would you do that, Australia? You deserve to go down. Right, let's have a look and see what the bombard's going to do against it. A considerable amount. Bang. And that's just a bombard. We're going to get artillery in 2 turns. This is going to be easy. I'm actually... attacking Melbourne is so easy. I have time just to sort of move my troops up a little bit, move them to the next fight, and just sort of promote them at the same time. I mean, there is just no pressure here. At all. It's a shame I don't have any of my frigates sort of in range of getting 3 range attacks, because there's a couple of tiles here that could shoot towards Canberra if I could reach it. Don't think I can, unfortunately, unless there's more upgrades than I realise. There's also no Australian troops here, which is a little bit surprising, to say the least, but not that I'm complaining, it's just unusual. Melbourne is mine! Yeah! That'll draw them out. Also, they have more defensive strength with me in there than they did without. That's so bad. No peace for you, Norway. You know what's about to hit you. I'm about to take every single one of your cities on the coast. So they were very kind enough to give me a upgrade for my field cannon corps, so I can sort of move them round and promote them at the same time. These were actually, they were level 1. That's so funny. Do we want to give them incendiaries or go towards, I think we'll go towards volley, just in case someone comes at us, but, oh, this is easy. Easy. We just need to make sure we've actually taken down the walls of the encampment. Just move you forward a little bit, just to have a little peek, but Yeah, right, that won't be shooting at us. Now we just need to make sure that we do the next one. St. Petersburg is so huge now that I'm actually going to start drifting my trade routes to other cities that are building units, like closer to the, like here, Okayama. I'm going to start putting a couple of trading units in just to get myself a bit more gold, a bit more production, so I can be building bombards next to the Japanese. It all works, it all works. You might consider it a bit of a waste of gold, but I'm also going to purchase an art museum here, just so that I can actually use some of my great people that have been lying around for the, like, just for so long now. I'll wake you up. You've got 3 things in you. Yeah, fine. Off you go to my new library? Museum. You know what it is. I've got Ironclads. Right, I've finally got a spy in St. Petersburg, so you can counter-spy. Yeah, that'll work. So I have a ton of extra faith. I mean, 2,000 of it sort of triggered up. So I'm actually going to use it to just purchase in Gustav Eiffel, who you can use him to boost wonders, I think. Does he have 2 charges? 3 charges of it. Wow, so he can put about 1,000 production into a wonder. I can do the Ruhr Valley. So what does that do again? That gives me... oh, I've lost it. There we go. Right. Ruhr Valley, plus 20% production in the city, plus 1 production for each mine and quarry in the city. Must be built in a river adjacent to an industrial zone. So I can do that. It'll get me rid of a couple of extra bits of food, but it's not going to matter. Because, I mean, honestly, I've got so much food in St. Petersburg, it's crazy. So, modern era, and we've also got steel, which is pretty cool. I'm going to just rescue this field cannon, because I forget that he's not a corps, or like an army, or whatever it is. But, the one thing I did remember, just the Japanese have got random boats around, is that these frigates can now get upgraded to battleships. Now, I can only do the 1, because they are bloody expensive, unless I wait for wildcard policies, which, to be honest, is worth it. The rationalism is not getting me too much science at the moment, so I might just, yeah, I'll wait a couple of times and I can upgrade both of these frigates to battleships, and then they can fire on Canberra, because I can actually see it. So that'll be really cool. I mean, already, look, 82 strength versus 66. If I upgrade these guys to battleships, Canberra will fall pretty damn quickly, and I can just basically run in my knight who's here. So that might work. More great musicians and just nothing to do with them, because that's the problem with Russia. You spawn these things, I mean, you don't know, you don't know the building to put them in. It's the most stupid thing. Right, let's see what Rembrandt's going to make me. Ooh, what a nice portrait. But more importantly, it's time to actually now fill up my art museums, or it would be if it showed me the one. There we go, this one. Starting to get some decent tourism now. In fact, we must be making an influence on this. No, Japan is still technically higher in influence. Japan have also got more cities than me, but they're not... Oh, I've got to be careful about their religion again. I keep saying that, but maybe I should use some of my faith to spread my religion around again, because I've just noticed I've lost it on a couple of my cities. Oh, lots to think about. Domination, I'm clearly winning. Culture, hopefully I'm now starting to get some tourists, because nobody can be making 133 culture per turn, surely not. Score, I'm just easily winning. Yeah, I'm comfortable in this game. I'm comfortable. I just need to make sure I don't get too complacent with the old religion, because that's going to be the most likely thing to sort of bite me. You know what goes well with artillery? Tanks. Let's see what Gustav Eiffel can do with the Ruhr Valley. Hopefully, yeah, 8 turns of it. That's pretty good. Hey look, some actual Australian troops just came in and killed my field cannon. That's actually a little bit annoying. Damn you. He's actually quite strong. 78 strength. Wow, that's interesting. So, I've got some frigates. I'll put 1 frigate in at least, just to sort of make a little bit of an attack. I think if I don't kill them, I might end up accidentally upgrading them. Oh, look, here we go. Field cannon core is easily powerful enough. And then hopefully we can get them in finished with the knights. Oh, that was painful, but we did it, which is a good thing. Go on, Eiffel. Another one. Oh, 2 turns too now. That's pretty good. Let's start spreading our religion around as well. Oh my god, I forgot how little it does.